Warning, this is an opinion piece. It is entirely possible that I am wrong because I am an idiot. Do not take it too serious. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again to the power of the internet. And the world seems more divided than ever. Chances are you've watched one of my videos lately and I've said something that upset you or offended you. But some people take that far too seriously. First off, let me say that I am just like anybody else. I get offended all the time. I don't like it when people bully other people because of the shape of their body, their life choices, the color of their skin, the way God made them. I hate it. I don't like it. I avoid it at all costs, and I avoid the type of people that do that. But I very rarely ever get offended because of religion or politics or the color of my own skin, or even when somebody makes fun of me as a person. I don't really care. Doesn't really bother me that much. And if it does, I laugh it off because that's what people of my generation did. Can't say the same for the millennials. Definitely can't say the same thing for the Gen Zers. It seems like they, and even my generation now, is mad about every little thing. Every little thing. A comedian makes a joke about the trans community and people lose their mind and are petitioning Netflix to cancel that comedian. A comedian makes a joke about Christianity. Christians are up in arms, boycotting the company that allowed that person to make that joke. If you voted for Trump, you're the reason the world is ending and the country is dying. But also, if you voted for Joe Biden, you're the reason the country is dying and you're the reason we're enjoying the apocalypse the way we are now. And also, if you didn't vote, that's also the reason. If you don't believe in my God, then you're going to hell. But also, if you believe in my God slightly differently than the way I believe in that God, then you're still going to hell. People are mad at each other because they're of different races or different religious backgrounds, or they vote differently, or they live differently, or they have different morals or different sexuality. And it's just stupid. It's fucking stupid. Like, we are tribalizing more than any other point in my lifetime, possibly in any point of human history. Why are we regressing? Why are we dividing each other up into just groups where we only want to be exactly around someone that's exactly like us, which is fucking boring to begin with. I think that's boring. I like learning about the differences between me and people of other races. I like learning about LGBTQ lives. I like learning about different religions and different ways of living and points of views. I like talking to my conservative friends and seeing how they arrive at the things that they believe in. That's fun for me. I like that challenge. It's exciting for me. I don't always agree. Sometimes I get offended, but I still like learning. In my personal life, if I just surrounded myself with people that looked and acted and thought exactly like me, I would be bored out of my fucking mind. But to go online, to go on the internet and expect everyone to agree with me is fucking stupidity. I can't even imagine how ignorant you must be to think that of the 8 billion people in the world, that very many of them are going to be like you at all. And people have always gotten a little upset when I talk about my points of views, my politics, my religion. I understand that, but it seems to be so much worse these days, and I can't even understand it. I made an Instagram post and a tweet talking about how women should be allowed to do OnlyFans if that's something they choose to do for themselves, and someone equated that to me voting for Joe Biden and me being the reason Joe Biden is ruining this country, ignoring the fact that I live in Arkansas and Joe Biden lost both this state and this county, so my vote didn't have anything to do with it. But as someone who voted for Joe Biden, allow me to say, let's go Brandon. I made a video last week about Pride Month and talking about the fact that I believe that an LGBTQ person should be allowed to live their life in any way they want as long as they're not hurting other people. And then people said that I was supporting child abuse and child grooming. What the actual fuck? And personally, I'm used to this. I mean, it was 2016 when I said I didn't want to have kids because I was abused growing up, and people equated that to me wanting to have sex with children for some reason. I'm used to that happening to me personally, but now it seems to be happening all the time to everyone, forever, for every topic, constantly. But that's just the reality of today. People take things out of context, they spread misinformation, they invent misinformation to equate themselves to having power, to control people, to upset people, to do damage, to troll, to whatever. I mean, we've seen what used to just be exclusively YouTube trolling happening on national levels now, affecting the economy and the world. And I personally just don't get it. Like, obviously, I don't agree with most conservatives. I don't agree with a lot of the things they have to say, their religion, the way they practice, the way they vote, their economic policies. A lot of stuff just doesn't add up to me, but I don't wish any harm on a conservative. I don't wish any harm on a Christian. I don't wish harm on anybody. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. My brain just has never worked that way. And honestly, I know I'm preaching to the choir, because if you've clicked on my video and you've watched it this far, then your brain probably doesn't work that way anyway. Because in this video alone, much less in my YouTube career, I've given plenty of reasons for people to disagree with me, mostly because I put out so many stupid takes out there that were just wrong and just baseless and ignorant. I'm not a very intelligent person. I think we all know that. But in the last few years, I've seen the people who used to just isolatedly hate me go on to hating everybody and everything all of the time. And it's not just that small group of people, it's almost everyone on the internet. Content creators make entire careers out of just tearing other people down, tearing down news figures, TV shows. There's a guy I was watching just the other day, just utterly destroyed because he didn't like the Obi-Wan television series. It's a TV show, man. That ain't worth getting upset about. And for the longest time, I convinced myself these content creators were just bullshitting, right? Like, they're doing the Francis shtick. They're pretending to be that upset. They're pretending to care that much. But as the world grows more and more divisive, I no longer believe everyone's pretending. And I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I just think I'm different. And whenever I do get upset about something like a TV show, I remind myself it's just a TV show. When I get upset about something when it comes to politics, I remind myself that I can always vote again in a couple of years, and that's all I really can do about it, so why waste my time in it? When people disagree with me politically or emotionally or about my sexuality or anything else, I just remember they're a person too. They're an American, a human. They have every right to be wrong. I have every right to be wrong. They have every right to be right. They might be right. I don't know. I just know what's right for me. I don't know what's right for them. So I let them make their decisions and I make mine. And maybe I'm a little wiser than I give myself credit for, because I've realized that in the handful of times I've allowed myself to get that upset and that dedicated and try to fight about it on the internet or fight about it in real life, it really didn't make a difference. It really didn't change much of anything. Getting angry, getting upset doesn't change anything. If you want to make a change in the world, you have to be the change you want to see in the world, but you can't just type it into a phone and hope things get better. If you want there to be good Christians, help run a good Christian church. If you want there to be more conservatives, make sure that there's conservatives worth voting for. If you want LGBTQ people to live a happy and healthy life, get out there and help them do it. If you don't like it when comedians tell jokes you don't agree with, then become a comedian and go tell jokes you do agree with. If you don't like the movies they're making, become a filmmaker. If you don't like the games they're making, learn to code games. You have that option. But bitching about it ain't going to change anything. Internet outrage is ultimately a gluttonous form of masturbation. And I know a lot about gluttony and a lot about masturbation, so trust me, I know what I'm talking about here. It doesn't get you anywhere. It just feels good in the moment. But after you've done it for a while, eventually you'll grow up and you'll go get a towel and you'll clean up and you'll close those browsers and look at the disgusting shit you were doing and feel really bad about yourself. I think we're still talking about outrage, I think. But if you or somebody you know is addicted to this cycle of outrage and you find yourself jerking off to this stuff online, on Twitter, on YouTube, just know it'd be so much better if you did something productive. Ran for office, wrote a story, wrote a book, created a video of your own. Do something. Instead of nothing, which is what you're currently doing when you get angry on Twitter. But that's the thing. The Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, the Elon Musks, the Jeff Bezos, the people that actually run this capitalistic country of ours and world of ours, they like it when you sit on your phone all day getting angry at each other. They like it when I tweet 80 times a day. They like it when I put out videos like this that hopefully people just watch and don't actually go out and do anything. They don't want you changing things. They don't want you running for office. They don't want you changing minds. They want you to sit at home with your browser open, jerking off to the outrage porn, because that's how you're most easily controlled. And they know it. They've built this system to exploit you, and every time you do it, you're letting them exploit you. Now, look, I know I'm just one man, and I could be wrong here, and if you're out there actually fighting the good fight, and you're actually making changes, man, I salute you. I support you 110%. And if you have somehow evoked change by preaching online, by getting upset every day, more power to you. I mean, like, keep it up. Teach me how to do it. But I know that my life has gotten a lot better since I've chosen to focus on my specific life and the people around me and the world around me, and touched some grass and went for a swim. And it's getting a little bit better every day the more I focus on that, and less about whatever horrible shit they're trying to shove down my throat on the news every day to make me tweet stupid shit about it. And I feel like maybe some of you could benefit from that too. I could be wrong, but maybe give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. The next time you're upset about something in the news, or somebody who voted differently or lives differently than you, loves differently than you, instead of letting yourself get upset about it, instead of opening up that browser and pulling out your penis and going to town, just relax. Enjoy yourself. Go for a walk. Go for a swim. Play a game. Or use that anger to go out and make a positive change in the world instead. It's always your option. But keep watching my videos in the meantime. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon.